What is up, everybody? It's Jamey. Welcome back to the channel. It has been a minute since I put out a video. My girlfriend and I, we recently had a baby, and yeah, I will just say that doing YouTube videos with a newborn is not easy by any means. So I've taken a little hiatus, and what's bringing me out to retirement? Why am I, breaking out the jersey? It's new iPhones. So I've been a little unplugged to what's been going on in the tech world, but I saw, come across that we had new colors that were going to be announced for the iPhone. Now for the normal iPhone 13, that's been done before. I think they did that last year as well, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I don't recall Apple announcing a new special color mid-run on the Pro models. So that was pretty awesome. And then when I saw that it was versions of green, pretty cool as well. Now I'm a little, I don't know, not off, but it just seems like any special color from the Pro model perspective, it's either been greens or blues. So I'd like to see a variation outside of those different colors. But I am a sucker for a good green. A great green goes a long way. And so when I saw this Alpine Green, the Pro model, I was like, I have to check this thing out. But I wanted to see how this compares to just the regular green for the iPhone 13. And so I got both of those models here today. We're gonna do a quick unboxing, compare and contrast them. And then I also do have my Sierra Blue iPhone 13 Pro. Just a quick update on my thoughts on this colorway after having it for, I don't know, 6 months or so now? Meh, it's okay. Not great, not bad, meh, I guess would be my best way to describe the color. Looking back at it, I think I do feel better. I had the silver before. I do feel better about the silver than I do with this. But you got to switch it up every so often. One thing really quickly before I get into the unboxing, if you guys could, I don't know what happens when you don't do a YouTube video for a couple months. Probably is going to be very difficult for people to see this. So one thing you can do to help me out, help out the channel, help out this video, getting exposure to other people, is just by giving it a quick like. Be greatly appreciated. All right, so I went ahead and I purchased just the iPhone 13, iPhone 13 Pro in both the new green colors. Let's take a look at the 13 first. This green is just a standard, green, so maybe it's not too exciting. I want to save the flavor on the 13 Pro Alpine Green because I think that's going to be pretty awesome. This is the green in the iPhone 13. It's a lot darker than what I expected. It might just be lighting in my room, but even when you take a look at the color in comparison to the phone on the packaging, granted packaging versus the item itself obviously is going to look a little bit different, but I wasn't expecting it to be this dark. It looks good. It's not bad. It's kind of, I would liken it to a very deep army green. And so in certain instances, it could almost take on a black, unless if it's up against something that's black. But I think it's really nice green. It's a true hunter army green color that I think can pair very well with different cases. You do have a lot of shininess in the back because it is a little bit of a darker color. It's not going to show the fingerprints, but the way that the sides look, the side with this kind of matte or satin type of color, I think that the color on the sides, granted they're different finishes, but I think it ends up looking better on the sides than it does on the back, if that makes sense. This is just initial off the top, just thoughts on this. I don't write anything. I just speak at the top of my head, and so a lot of times I misspeak and whatever, so don't hold me to anything, but just initial reaction is good green, good, hunter green color. But I do like the sides a lot better. It almost looks like a Hulk green, like from Marvel. It looks like a Hulk green type of color, but I think we'll have a better idea when we compare it to the Alpine. All right, so let's move on to the what I anticipate to start the show being this Alpine Green. I even like the name, Alpine Green. Fantastic. Hopefully it lives up to expectations. This is an interesting green. The arrow on this, like, what if they do something loud like this, like a neon lime green? It could be interesting. Initial thoughts. It's good. This is a tough one. For whatever reason, I'm a little underwhelmed, I guess. I don't know why, because this does look like the way that I would have expected it to look. It looks very similar to the packaging, I guess. But I don't know. It's reminiscent to me of Midnight Green. Obviously, I'm going based off of memory, and I'm sure Midnight Green looked differently than this, but it is kind of reminiscent. And when I have the Sierra Blue next to it, obviously the Sierra Blue is lighter, so it's going to pop more, but I'm not saying pop in terms of brightness. It's pop in terms of reaction. This one pops more for me. And I'll be honest with you, Sierra Blue hasn't really been popping for me personally much lately, but when I compare it to the pop on this green, I don't know, it's popping more. I don't know, I think different lighting, when it gets a little bit brighter, I think it looks a little bit better, but for whatever reason, I don't know why. I think I was expecting it to look a little bit differently, but there's only so much you can do with it. It 100% is represented what's on like the packaging, what you see in the pictures and everything like that, but still, once I took it out of the box, I was a little underwhelmed by the color, and I don't really know what that means. It's just my initial overall reaction. I think that with this color, it could pair pretty well with different cases, so that, maybe that changes things a little bit. But one of the things that I think about is, we're heading into, here I'm out in Los Angeles, sun shining, we're getting into beach season here, and I don't know, I like something that pops a little bit more, a little bit brighter. Like right now, this is giving me, I don't know, fall vibes. It's not giving me summer vibes. Like, I think it'd be interesting if they came out with, like, this is summer vibes. Like, I could 100% see, boom, coming into summer, Sierra Blue, slap it on, you're ready for summer. This, from a timing perspective, not that the color of your phone needs to match the time of year. I know that's, kind of a ridiculous thing to say. Just thinking of timing with the release of this color. It is good. It just might be my specific mood. I don't think you can go wrong with it. Maybe and there's a plane going ahead right now. I don't know if you can hear that, but maybe if this was released instead of the Sierra Blue at the launch of the 13 Pro, maybe I'd have a completely different, thought on this, because it is a great green, and like I said, I'm a sucker for green. Now, one of the things that I am going to do is I'm going to take both this and as well as I don't know if I'm going to do the 13, but I did buy all the new case colors, because a lot of times, mid-year or whatever, Apple will put out new silicone case colors. And so I bought all the new case colors because I thought that maybe those were produced in coordination of the release of this phone. So I bought all of those as well. So I'm going to do another video where I just unbox all those cases, try them on the Alpine Green phone, just to see how they go with this color. Maybe that'll change my mind a little bit on it, but initial reaction, like both greens, I like them a lot. I do like green, significantly darker. Wow. Look at the 13 versus the 13 Pro, the green versus the Alpine Green, like significantly darker on just the regular green. Like this, I think Apple does a really good job at keeping a good differentiation, not just in features, but also the overall look and feel of the devices with just your regular model and the Pro models. The Pro, just the way that the color is done, it just looks much more high-end in my perspective. And even when you're looking at two very similar kind of greens, it's much better in my eyes executed in the 13 Pro with the Alpine Green. But yeah, it's very interesting to see, you know, how much darker the green is on the 13 versus the 13 Pro. But as I mentioned, so I'm going to do another video where I'm just taking a look at each of the new case colors. I'm going to pop them on this phone, see how it looks, and maybe that'll change my opinion on just the Alpine Green color itself. Now, granted, a lot of people say, why does the color matter? You just put a case over the case cover. I don't know why it matters, but it does. Maybe I can only see like 8% of the color of the phone when the case is on, but it matters to me for whatever reason. If it doesn't matter for you, that's great. You can get a poop colored phone and it won't really matter to you. That would be awesome. Your phone could be all scratched up and look like, I don't know, on the back, and it really wouldn't matter to you. But for me and a lot of people, it does matter. So I'm going to do that video. So that is just a quick look at the new colors for the iPhone 13 and 13 Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's great being back. If you can, please remember to give it a like, and I will catch you on the next video.